I was courting James Corden, playing the accordion according to James Corden.
Did you record it?
I didn't record it. I didn't have the right chord.
You know it's going to be good when we're sitting in complete silence. No one's looking at each other. You want to start all over again? Okay.
Cheers and welcome to From Behind the Podcast, the podcast for bartending, service industry, drinking in general. My name's Paxton Eugene. We have Clint the Mayonnaise Marauder Moses over there. We have Starburst Kelly over there on the ones and twos.
That's right.
Starburst. Thanks for listening this week. We appreciate you.
You look like a butterball turkey.
You look like a butterball turkey. Because we had a few little hiccups when we did a late release of the podcast the other week, and people were like, "Oh, did you put one out?" But then we followed up with the Billy episode.
Shout out to Billy.
Yeah.
Stayed on mic the whole time. Not once. I think maybe one time I was like, "Oh," there.
Yeah,
He did save his best line for the Patreon though.
What?
The Harry Potter line.
Oh, his budget Harry Potter.
Budget Harry Potter. And I was like, yeah, you kind of do.
He was great. He really was great.
Yeah. So shout out to him. Well, we'll talk a little bit more about him later. But since it is the holiday season, it is upon us, and Thanksgiving kind of came a little quicker than typical.
I feel like there was a jump from Halloween Thanksgiving that was pretty quick.
And normally it's a bit colder.
It got cold. It's got cold. Now it's just rainy and cool.
And now it's just 70 degrees. And
Turn the air on. It's nice.
But so we were thinking about the archetypes of the people who attend your own family Thanksgiving or whichever Thanksgiving you would happen to attend. And I think the main one.
So we're going to do a top four.
Yeah. Okay, so we're supposed to have Travis. What's his last name?
Travis, you're not going to be here tonight.
You're not going to be. Travis just got fired.
Yep.
So in honor of him, we're going to do a top four, and this is the top four archetypes of the people who attend your family Thanksgiving or your Friendsgiving, whatever.
Yeah, wherever you go.
So I think we can all agree at the very top is the drunk, racist uncle.
No,
not
the more racist, the more drunk he gets,
or the more politically divergent.
Yeah. And when no one wants to respond to him,
and no one brought it up in the first
and he's
place.
He'll be like, "This turkey's a little dry, just like Joe Biden."
Yeah.
You're like, "God damn it, this turkey's making me sleepy." Like Joe Biden.
Tryptophan makes you go to sleep, just like Sleepy Joe.
And you're like, and no one answers them, and they're like, "In case you didn't hear me, I said sleepy."
They're always finding the avenue too, and I should take drunk out of it a little bit because sometimes it's the sober guy, the sober uncle.
Or there could be a drunk aunt in there. Also, that's the same uncle though that'll get way too involved in the football game, the Lions game that's early. And all of a sudden he's now a fan of whichever the Lions or the other team, and then he's like way too into the game that he's never cared about. He doesn't even watch football that much.
Yep.
So you're getting his opinion on football too.
But now he's a coach too because he's disagreeing with every call.
And I'm a Cowboys fan, so I watch my game every Thanksgiving. Like it's known to the family. Look, I'm gonna whenever the game's on, we don't have to have the sound on. But I need to have the game.
Did they add a third game?
Yeah, they did a couple 10 years ago.
And there's a Black Friday game this year.
Friday game, yeah. The Jets and Dolphins, the most festive of two teams.
Well, watch the Dolphins run it up on the Jets.
So they're using "Painted Black" by the Rolling Stones as their marketing music for the Black Friday game. If they had any idea what the song was really about, it's it's pretty dark.
Well, let us know they don't know what it's about.
Yeah. What?
What's it about?
It's about depression and suicide.
Oh, I thought it was about blackface. I was like, damn, they're going.
I mean, I guess it's up to your interpretation. We all hear songs the way that we want to hear them.
We all deal with depression in different ways. People paint themselves black. So number two is the elderly,
the adamant elderly.
The adamant elderly that's not there. they're out of it for quite. You got to yell. Like Kelly said, you're like, Grandpa. And you're not even sure sometimes if they do hear you and they pretend like they don't hear you. They're just like, I'm tired of this shit.
Playing the bit.
My grandfather used to turn his hearing aids down so he couldn't hear us.
Pro move.
TV on full blast 5 feet from him and just staring at the TV. Not just at Thanksgiving, at any kind of, I don't want to hear this shit events. He'd be yelling at Bobby Cox during Braves games.
Again,
Sit down, Bobby. Sit down.
Bobby's been gone for a long time, Grandpa.
So is Grandpa. But that's, and there, it gets sad though when there's that elderly person you have to help do like private bathroom things,
Oh, sure. Yeah.
and your family goes, "Hey, you're the biggest person in this family, aren't you?" And I'm like, "God damn
You're
it,
the young buck.
I'll help him get off the toilet. That's fine. I don't mind."
Isn't it, in our generation now, we don't have any younger siblings or our young cousins are too young to like lift tables and
Oh no, I'm
move
good
for-
now. Thank God,
and
Morris put
move
that early.
and move furniture and shit. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Because we're right on that cusp of where
Well, I
it's
think
like,
I'm at the age now where we got him, and I am captain delegation, baby. I'm like, you do this, you do that, you do this, you do that. I'm good at organizing. I'm like, hey, look, we're all gonna get together. We'll knock this out real quick. Back to football.
So remember that guy? Now, if you're in the service industry this movie came out in 2005, but if you haven't seen Waiting, one of Ryan Reynolds' first movies, it is spot on. Like every fucking restaurant meme you ever see, it's kind of taken from the
They hit all the good tropes.
exactly.
Ketchup on
Yeah,
a steak.
the bitchy waitress
Bitchy
who's in the
waitress.
kitchen like, fuck these motherfuckers.
Hey,
How are we
how are
doing
you?"
today? It's-
With the angry Merkin.
she was picking
It had, like,
lint
gum
out
in
of
it
it
and
and a
shit.
cigarette butt. So the guy, there's an old guy, and he sits down and he goes, I think I'm drifting into senility, but I like it because I can say and do whatever I want, and people just assume that I'm senile.
Yeah,
So I've had
I keep trying that.
I've had family members in the past where it's like, oh, you know, Grandpa David and all together, and he's fully together.
Oh yeah.
Gives you that wink because
You're in the
one
mall
kid
and a
in the
hot girl
family,
walks by.
like-
He's all of a sudden really astute and right back to the game. Oh, hey.
Yeah. But he gives you that knowing look, like
Yes, exactly.
And that grandpa can cross into that drunk uncle and say something inappropriate stuff about something
appropriate
on TV.
for the 50s.
Yeah.
yes,
He would say something like, that fella has negroid hair.
Yeah, or something that's just a little. You're like, hey,
It's not terribly inappropriate.
the blacks.
Right, yeah.
Don't need
yes.
It's not not so terribly inappropriate, but it's
comes
just
from
not
an
of our
honest
time.
place,
It's
an
not of our
honest
time.
place.
If there was a brother here, he would feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
That's why I like bringing Poe to. Poe's always done Thanksgiving with my family because his family lives in Taiwan. So I bring Poe to kind of cut up the crackerness a little bit.
Right, yeah.
And then one year, my cousin, actually 3 years, Big Boy's little sister came, Demetra, came to Thanksgiving 3 years in a row.
No shit.
Yeah, they were buddies. So that was always a nice thing. But she would get drunk and lie about Outcast stuff.
More on Outcast later.
We'll foot into that, won't we?
All right, so
Number three.
Number 3. It's the 20-ish aged drunk cousin, either just out of rehab,
Or stoned, but way too stoned.
way too stoned.
Maybe on mushrooms.
All the family, they only see him at that point, and they're like, I hope he's gotten a job by now.
And he's like, I just applied at the Circle K.
So you're still doing the bike shop thing?
You still driving that cab, Kelly?
Yes, exactly.
But here's the thing. So he comes in and everyone's pulling for him. And then all of a sudden he's just like, no, man, I'm just, I was thinking about backpacking through Oregon. And like, well, how you,
I've got $30.
yeah, how are you going to get there? Oh, I'll do the Chris McCandless thing, but I'm only eating them weird berries.
And I'm not taking anything. When I leave here, it's just me and my backpack and my dog.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's always that one family member that no matter how just despondent and crappy they've gotten, there's like,
Yeah.
I've got your back, Johnny.
Right. So then there's the one aunt that's not his mother.
Yeah.
They're just like, I just love Johnny so much. He's such a free spirit. And he, in turn, is kind of like, yeah, okay, Aunt May. And then he tries to find the one other delinquent sort of fuck up, which would be me typically,
Yeah. Or like the older cousin who's gotten it together, but like didn't have it together.
to be like, hey, you want to nip off and smoke one or something, Like,
I mean,
Now, is the aunt by marriage or family, like actual sister?
Marriage.
marriage.
Okay.
She's not family aunt. She's
Yes.
marriage aunt.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 years apart.
Second wife, second wife, maybe too. So she's new around here. She's remember when he burned down the kitchen one time. He was trying to do dishes in the oven. I thought they'd dry faster if I put them in the oven. But no, you can't. The weed thing though, there's always that cousin look where you're like,
You ready to smoke?
and nothing has been goddamn better for Thanksgiving. Going out and getting high with your cousins than vape pens. Shout out to vape pens
man.
because you don't come back smelling like because back then you'd come back, we'd go outside and then we'd have a cigarette, kind of like
cigarette, and then walk the grounds.
yeah, you kind of air out some, but like
Why are you in a different shirt, Clint?
yeah, I'm like, thank God I wear glasses. I'm like, but why are you wearing sunglasses?
But now it's so accepted. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no one cares anymore. Well, you can see edibles, I guess, but like it's something about just smoking after you eat so much food because you go back in and you're like, so thirds.
Yeah, exactly. Like, there anything left? Oh yes, there's plenty left.
Oh God, I like the high grays.
And then
you
if
can
it's
buy
a-
just beef jerky gravy. Hey, quit doing that. You're like, I've never learned. I'm 41.
And the more like stoned you are, you could give a little bit of a shit about a Detroit game. You know?
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh,
Well,
cool.
it's almost when the Cowboys game starts. I also like the plastic like solo cup. I'll just put gravy or turkey in there and then just dump gravy on top of it and just it's like
You make your own chicken dippers.
it's like a bucket of popcorn while I watch the game.
So the second plate, the second go, is it pretty much the first plate all over again, or are you a little more a la carte now? Like, you made some decisions.
That's a good thing. So some people, like my sister doesn't want her food touching, so she gets a little bit of everything and goes back and gets a little bit of everything else.
Okay.
I have things I'm not going to eat. And like my family does oyster dressing. I like oysters. I just don't want them cooked.
Yeah.
So I don't do that. But like, and also you get to where there's also this predicament. You go in through the food and you're like, I'm going to do this on round 2. And you go, how much more corn do we green corn do we have? And they're like, that's it. Now it's on the plate.
Right, yeah.
It may get jumped in line. I don't do dessert very often.
No, when I have a fat savory meal like that, I just don't crave any sugar at the end.
Yeah.
Because then I'm going to crash.
I like cranberry sauce with my turkey. I like that. I'm that guy. All right, here's the move. First plate, a tiny bit of
He's got a system for everything.
Yeah, I got a system for every fucking thing. First plate. All right, if it's tenable to do, like at the Huckapoos, there's 50 dishes. Now a lot of them are duplicates. There might be 3 mac and cheeses.
All right.
But let's say you got 14 things to choose from. You got ham, you got turkey, and then all the sides. Right? You got a smoked turkey and a fried turkey. Macaroni, cheese, green beans, all that shit. You get a little bit of all on the first plate. It's literally just sample sizes.
Right.
You roll through that sumbitch as quick as you can. You decide your top 5.
And go back.
All
Go
right.
back
Yep.
immediately
Yeah, all
before you have the chance of it being because the macaroni and cheese is going to go.
So,
Yeah.
my family's learned for the
But
most
you
part.
decided one out of the 3, you're like, if I can get some more of that.
It's always rare that when my family runs out because we just learned over 80 years, 100 years doing this to make extra of everything.
Yeah.
But somebody will bring something new they're trying out, and they've only brought one casserole of whatever cool thing, and you're like, so here's one of my things I definitely do. First round, white meat, turkey. Second round, dark meat,
Okay.
because the white meat will dry out in the open air.
How big are you on ham? The ham situation.
So I like the ham for the leftovers. There's always gonna be a lot of ham left, so I take the ham home for the leftovers.
There's always going to be ham.
Because you know what ham goes with? Mayonnaise,
Everything.
Everything
turkey,
and bread.
mayonnaise. Yeah, I mean that's my probably my favorite leftover thing.
What's your ham situation, Kelly?
You mean as far as like
Is
repurposing
it on the plate ever?
Yes, of course. But what I've realized
I do like ham and
between
peas.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's more or less the same meal. So my stepdad and I were talking like we're doing prime rib for Christmas dinner, so we don't have
Yeah, I
to
love that.
redo the same thing this big mass meal that we ate 6 weeks earlier. So we're going prime rib for Christmas. But
I had a
if there's
standing
like-
rib
but if-
roast
but
for
if there's
Christmas
ham,
one time.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Okay. Because ham, it's either
Yeah, we did that at Mom's 2 times. We did standing ribs, didn't we?
standing
Well,
rib. Yeah,
there's
yeah.
some King's Hawaiian buns.
Dude, that's where I'm at with the motherfucking ham, bruh. I want the ham with the white with the mayonnaise and the
Sweet
King's Hawaiian
Hawaiian,
roll.
yeah.
You do the
and
turkey, but
just
then you
sliders,
slide-
turkeys and ham. I do like ham with if there's good butter beans. I like the ham combination with the butter beans. So what's our
real world
fourth?
stuff. Real.
And then
And final.
and coming in fourth and final, it's the unannounced plus one.
Oh yeah.
And now
Wild
that
card.
that plus one may be with the degenerate cousin also.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when it's the worst. Then that's either A, one of his degenerate friends had nowhere to go or was uninvited from his own family,
Right.
or it's the girl he met the night before last.
or a few days ago, or picked up from the club. So typically, all right, if the nice cousin brings over an unannounced plus one,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
Your cousin
okay,
had graduated from high school early.
we'll give him a shot, But if the number 3, the drunk
Yeah.
rehab cousin brings one over, it's going to be a train wreck.
Because they're going to come in looking like they're.
Yeah.
Now you can come in with a hangover on Thanksgiving because you drank out the night before. I typically don't do that because I got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. But yeah, the degenerate friend. Like we used to go out on Thanksgiving Eve or Christmas Eve on Tybee and invite people that had nowhere to go. But we also were like judgment of inviting because one year, Charlotte drunkenly, maybe allegedly, invited somebody we didn't want there, and I think it was like 3 hours in until we told this undercover cop to leave.
Oh.
That's who it was.
Oh.
Really?
Undercover Brian.
Shut up.
It was either Christmas or Thanksgiving, and he was there, and we were like, ugh, gross. Like, it didn't take long at all.
You know how bad of an undercover he was?
He told somebody I was an undercover cop one night. That's how bad he was. I was downtown at the Wormhole. It's like punk rock bar if you're not from Savannah. And it was there was a DJ show there my friends were playing. Maybe it was Aphrodite, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
He was like drunk and was telling people, he goes, that guy's kind of an undercover cop. I'm like, what are you doing? You are an undercover cop, and you're bad at this.
So he would come up like when he was first when he first went into the deep cover. It wasn't very deep because he looked like himself.
He was standing in the grass.
So then his way of trying to become more undercover was to wear a Steelers jersey all the time and grow the worst beard and ponytail.
They were like, just don't shave ever again. Cut your hair. Stay away from clippers.
The thing is, I'm a beard guy.
No.
If you're gonna grow a goddamn beard, if you can't, don't make it go long because it was literally like the false Fu Manchu, like the reverse Fu Manchu.
It looks like somebody threw clippers at him and it just kind of gouged out these spots, but they weren't even on either side.
Then he goes, "Hey man, I know you know I'm a cop, but like, if you can ever find me some weed." I was like, "Do you think I'm on fucking Half Baked? Do you like how dumb do you fucking think I am, dude?"
But when you have an IQ of 70,
No, man, I know you. Like, you know we're cool.
You ever seen the movie My Idiot Brother?
Yes, yeah.
But here's the thing, you don't know me because I don't smoke weed.
Yeah, exactly. He's like,
I mean, you do know somebody.
literally, you're asking the one guy in the 100-mile radius of us right now that does not smoke weed.
Yeah, you could
to get you. Are you?
Go ask Eric too. Eric, hey man, you can give
Go
me a
ask
sack.
Eric for some fentanyl. You know what I mean? Like,
Hey,
come
you
on.
can get me a sack. So
I can't believe she invited. I mean, God, a Steelers jersey. I'm gonna. How about some marijuana, younglings?
yeah, exactly. Like, you're my age, you idiot. God, we actually ditched him one day. We were doing it. It was after that, about probably 3 months later, we were riding bikes and ran into him, and his bike broke down. And I was like, "Oh, actually, my friend's house over. I've got another bike that belongs to us." And he was so annoying that I just left him with the bike.
Yeah.
We were at the corner, and like five of us, like slowly. I was like, I'll go last. Y'all get out of here and go. I'll catch up.
I'm going to the bathroom.
And like, I don't know. I think we went to Huckapoo's. We hit our bikes in the back. And like, he came in while I went to the kitchen. Like, it was like, just go. There's no more of you.
Actually, hiding from a cop.
Yes. Not because he was a cop.
Yeah.
Because he was just a god.
That's the thing. I'm friends with a lot of cops.
When he's like the boisterous, like, I got a bravado guy.
He's an annoying human to
Yes.
begin with.
That's why I became a cop, so people have to talk to him. You're forced into interactions.
He's the anti-poon.
Have you ever been forced into any Thanksgiving interactions?
Yeah, so I got a funny little anecdote here. When I was about 26, 27, I did a little term in the convict college. I was at
A stint, as they say?
a stint. I did a semester at a prison work camp, and
Studying abroad.
I was studying abroad in Moultrie, Georgia.
Yeah. Oh, all full rods.
Moultrie, Georgia. I get done with my bid 2 days before Thanksgiving. While I'm in the joint, my girlfriend at the time, her mother had just married a man and moved in with the man up in Augusta, an entirely new family that I've never met before. So I know my girlfriend and her mother.
At least you're looking good, though. You're
Man, I was talk about beefcake, bro. Man,
Strapped.
tight shirt and shorts.
I mean, I was killing. No, I still had the clothes that.
Oh,
So I'm kind of baggy. No.
okay.
Like
musician,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
bartender as well at the time?
no. Musician,
He's got the
other things.
Okay.
Okay. So I get there, and they're like, "Fresh out of jail, huh, Paxton? This is Brenda."
That's how they announce you. They're like,
Yeah.
"Dun, dun, 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 dun."
And fresh out of
I
motion.
bet there was this moment of thank God this guy's coming because this is going to take all the heat off of all of us.
The drunk cousin was like, "Thank God this guy's here." But they had the trumpet announcement for you.
It wasn't enough. Let me tell you. So we're sitting there. The food, I can't even remember it because like I'm deer in the
All
headlights.
you can taste is the awkwardness.
Yeah. Every person I look at that's like having conversations, and these people are like pretty country.
Is it making you self-conscious of your alcohol intake?
We weren't drinking. There was no alcohol there.
Oh.
If there had been alcohol there, I would have been unabashedly drinking as much as I wanted to. Just to.
I don't care. I'm old. I'm old now.
Yeah,
I'm not driving. I'm
shit.
drinking.
So we're going along, and they're chatting about. All right, so they own horses and pawn shops and shit. They're like pretty well to do.
Oh, the old horse pawn shop.
Yeah, that's big horse, big pawn shop. So they're going through the whole thing. They're talking about dressage and fucking the horse things that I don't know anything about.
Oh, damn.
Farm things.
You have dancing horses. You are ballin'.
Farm things, agricultural things. And then, just like the drunk uncle who finds a way to take it to Joe Biden or Donald Trump, the patriarch of the family, the guy at the very end of the table,
the man who cut the turkey,
the man who cut the turkey, the man who is responsible for everyone's lives around there because he employs them all.
The seed.
He goes, so I heard my stepdaughter had to get you out of a bad credit situation while you were away, because I'd gotten a Home Depot credit card, so I could get tools for a business that I was working for, but I had to have my own tools.
A business?
But no, it was legit.
You just intimated that it wasn't.
Well, no, it was. It was a legit business. It was acoustic ceiling tiles.
You couldn't pay the while you were in the.
Not while I was in the clank, man.
Who's gal?
So the patriarch goes, heard she had to bail you out of a bit of a credit situation there. I was like, well, yes, sir, she did.
But I had this cool hammer.
I've got this Makita drill. We call it a screw gun in my trade. So it's going about there.
Do you need to win him over?
Yeah. I didn't have to. Okay.
Did somebody have a heart attack at the table?
Didn't have to. So it's going along, and I've kind of conceded to being like, luckily I don't know anything that they're talking about, because if I did try and jump in, they'd probably be like, excuse me. So luckily I can sit silently. I don't mind sitting silently. I don't mind not talking.
You don't know anything about horses? You're Mr. Ed.
Hey, I heard they stuck a carrot in his ass to make his lips move. Whatever.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. It's my carrot.
In comes the methy cousin.
Nice. All right, hold up.
Get there, Grandma.
Tattoos on the neck.
That was 12 years ago, 15 years ago? He was ahead of Post Malone, huh? Okay,
Track marks on the arm.
All right, crystal meth or crank?
Crank, brother.
Crank.
I guarantee it, yeah. Some of that Mexican red rock.
He made it in a cooler in the back of his truck?
He made it in a Mountain Dew container. So he comes in.
How good was the meth? Nothing's better after eating a turkey.
It looked like he was having a good time.
Didn't eat a lot, huh?
So he is the bowling ball, and we are the bowling pins. We all get knocked over. Every bit of attention's on him. I take my last bite of food, say, hey, girlfriend, let's go out to our... She's like, yeah, we should go. Because once he got in there, the poison started to spread, and you could tell it was about to be an ad hoc intervention.
Oh, shit.
You need to cut him off.
They could have used you. Son, you don't know where I've been.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm Prison Mike. Let me tell you what happens there. The Dementors, they're just...
Prison Paxton. Prison Paxton's perfect.
Hold on, let me go grab my purple bandana. And I'm...
See, and that's why I'm lucky to have a good family. I don't have to deal with a lot of this nonsense.
The pleasures of having a good family.
And look, I'm blessed. I'm lucky. And a shout out to that, because I went over to my dad's house last Saturday to watch. I tried to watch the football game, the Ole Miss game there. I made it to a commercial break. I'm proud of myself to make it that far, because the TV needs to be loud as shit for me. I need to hear it. I need to be able to see it. I don't need to get blocked. And when there's a 68-year-old lady lives next door blocking my view, like, sit down, bitch. So I have to and then one of his neighbors had laryngitis, like 6 months, so she can't talk. So when she would talk, he would turn down the game a little bit. And I was like, I looked at Poe and went, all right, I'm going to crank the car on the next commercial break. And then on the next one, we're going to jump in the car and drive away, like, as fast as we can. He's like, okay. And then a guy got injured. I was like, now it's time. Let's go. Run. But it was for appetizers. Just run them the appetizers. Or it was 4 meals for 20 people. It was so much food. I was like, this is dinner.
Yeah.
Sweet. That's a good family thing.
Yeah, I'll give you another awkward family one. It was a different girl that I was dating, and it was my first time going to her Thanksgiving, her family's Thanksgiving.
Did you go to prison camp first to keep it?
No. I was cool on this one. Had a little weight on me. had a job. Everything was fine.
You're like, oh, the third plate guy here.
Yeah. So I get there and literally don't know anyone, and they don't really care to talk to me, and it makes me very happy.
Oh, I was like, you're in heaven.
They're so. I
Food
think
and no interaction.
It was such a wide family that comes from all over the place. They were all just so excited to see each other in that short time, whatever. So I'm like, perfect. I'm gonna go sit over here, plop my ass on the couch, and watch this football game. Thing is, there's one TV in this house. There's about 5 kids under 10, right? There's probably 25 or 30 adults, right? I thought football was. So I'm sitting there watching the game. I have my little trust tree, my little bubble. Not a kid, not a teenager. One of the most grown adults goes over there and goes, Stuart Little's on TV. Why aren't we watching that? Click.
I'm a stranger in the house, and I'm saying some shit.
I mean, I was like.
But also, I'm in a cowboy shirt. Like, hey.
You can't, though.
Yo, football stays on. I mean, if you're not comfortable, I don't know. Look,
if you're
I'm a line stepper. I don't give a shit about your problems.
Yes.
It was my man. I've been dating her less than a year.
See, I've only had to go to other Christmas, Thanksgiving. No,
sticky.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Well,
an hour free time for adults to drink their Chardonnay and have a beer.
I'm fighting.
And
I don't care.
Football
or death. I'll go in the back room and watch football by myself. I don't care. I'm watching.
I couldn't explore the house and find a.
Yeah, you can't do that.
I don't want to go into the son's room.
Look, last year at Thanksgiving, my uncle cornered us to give us some memorabilia of my mom's he found. Just me and my sister was like, "Hey, come talk to me in my room." And I guess in his room, they have one of those like doors under the bed that goes to hell because it was 130 degrees in there, and like it was cool out. I've been in the kitchen for a long time. I've cooked like 12 ducks that day. I'm hot. And he starts talking, and I am standing up, trying to stay awake. And all of a sudden, I went, and I put my phone out, and I turned on my alarm for 1 minute. And it went off. I was like, oh, that's the duck. Got to go, Charlotte. I'll be back. And Charlotte was like, as I walked away behind my uncle, I just looked back, and her face was like, you're going to die for this.
You son of a...
You son of a... I'll give you a ride here, you bastard. And I'm like, sorry, I had to go. And I was there like, why is it so hot in here? Are you that old now? That's a sign of you gotten too old. You walk in the room, you're like, ceiling fans on low, 8 ovens running, 9 crock pots. It's hot.
See me, I'm hot all the damn time. So
we'll take a little break speaking of being hot, but I want to give a little shout out to 2 listeners, 1 Patreon subscriber, the man, the myth, the legend, V, hooking our boy Danny Ryan up at the hotel in Tallahassee on his journey across the country.
Yeah, so Danny, he worked at Pooh's for a long time, and he's moving to Wyoming,
Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Cheyenne, Wyoming. So he asked you.
He has asked me where he should stop between here and New Orleans. I said, I have a guy to ask. He travels for a living. He knows this area very well, and he would know. And he said, well, Tallahassee tonight will suck, but tomorrow night it'll probably be cheap because the game was yesterday, so it was Saturday, so it'll be affordable. And he was like, you know what? I got all these points. Let me get your boy a hotel room just to be nice to a guy he's never met before in his life. That's the kind of sweetheart.
We're watching the game at Pooh's. Literally 10 minutes later, Clint walks up to me and goes, "Room booked."
I don't know. I had the game was over, so I wasn't.
V booked this goddamn room for this dude, and
sight unseen. Never met the man. Didn't even ask a lot about him. Had heard about him on the podcast. So that's about it. And that's a good Thanksgiving move.
Your friendship was good enough for him.
I know.
Yeah.
And you can. V's the kind of guy you bring to Thanksgiving. He will help you eat. But
he's a good +1.
Yeah. He plus 1.5. Me too. I'm putting down food. I bring in my own to-go boxes. Nothing more gangster than that. You're like, got one.
Don't worry.
It took me until I was like 30 to break my family of the idea that everything needs to go in a Ziploc bag. I'm like, look, we can buy clamshell boxes and just pack these bad boys in. Look, I have a steel one.
So we got
everything.
We got a lot for you in the second half. Just to remind ourselves, we're going to talk about that new big Andre 3000 album for sure. We're going to talk about what Huckapoo's does for Thanksgiving every year. Also, we got our Karens and Darrens.
Yeah, for sure. And a little quote of the week.
Have a little quote of the week if I can get
let's get the first one out the way. It's more of an honorary quote.
Do you need the drop?
No, I don't need the drop because it's not really the quote of the week.
Okay.
It's just shout out to, we'll just call him Hockey Jose. A female said, I just got a clean mammogram. And, excuse me, I just got a clean checkup. Everything's great. And he goes, hell yeah, high five. I love a good mammogram, a good clean mammogram. It's like, what? It's a weird thing to say, I love a good clean mammogram.
I mean, I do.
I do. No one hates it. Who's like, ugh, clean? But like, it's a very odd thing to say to somebody.
I love a good clean pap smear.
Hey guys, Paxton here. I hope you're enjoying the show. And if you are, there's a few simple things that you can do that will really help us out. Number 1, whether you listen on Spotify, Apple, Google, or wherever, you can drop us a rating and a review if you haven't already. Positive or negative, we'd love to hear from you. And the more ratings and reviews that we receive, the more we'll be put in front of new audiences. Also, if you listen on Spotify, you can easily share episodes to your Instagram stories. If you watch us on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You might not be. And finally, why not shoot us an email with any service industry or just general stories that you'd like us to share? We always love hearing from you, and we love using your stuff. The email is FromBehindTheBarcast@gmail.com. Can't wait to hear from you, and enjoy the second half of the show.
And welcome back to the.
So happy to have Travis on this week.
Yeah, Travis, you've been really great here. Yeah. So, what'd you think about the game? Oh, you didn't. Nothing to say. All right.
Well, you know what? I want to give a shout out to somebody else, to Gordon, to Chris, to Whitney for hosting us. We had Friendsgiving yesterday on Sunday at their house in Battery Point.
Oh, Battery
Point.
And all of a sudden, he's from New Orleans. Battery
Point. It's So I was like, oh, I can ride my bike over here. You sure? All right. I've lived in this house for 3 years, and I haven't ever used the bike but once. I think I went to Jalapenos one time with it in 3 years.
Had a bike.
So I had to get the bike out. I had to get the damn pump out, put it in my car, pump the bike tires up. The line wouldn't reach from the garage, so I had to back the car out, pump it up, wipe it off so it's not all dirty. I get on it, and it's like riding a bike, but I WD-40'd it up real good first and kind of did a lap or two.
Just do a lap or two.
Just to make sure.
Qualifying round.
I knew that when I left the house, I was going to get stoned, bring a cocktail, and have a book bag with 3 bottles of wine in it. So I needed to have my balance. And then, you get a little confident because you're jamming out on the way over there. Uh-huh. And I'm like, no hands. Maybe not.
No, maybe not.
Maybe
one hand.
Like, I'm dancing. I keep my hands close to the handlebar. Get over on the bike, roll up. Boy Nick's outside. Shout out to Nick and Rob for buying an A5 Wagyu tenderloin. Celebrating their fishing tournament win with an A. The goal was to make A5 Wagyu beef Wellington.
Well, that's cool. They splashed out for that.
Yeah, with the big fish catch they had.
Way to spread the love.
Yeah. I mean, if you had been invited, would you have showed up? Okay, thanks.
I was someplace, somewhere.
That's true. So, Gordon's a chef. Formerly of Bubba Gumbo's, now he works at Green Truck. And then Chris Kessler, his neighbor, good dude. We've known him forever.
Oh man, forever.
I always a great guy to see, always a good time. And when he walked in the house, he was like, "Clint, this is big hugs." And he's like, "I guess you guys know each other." As he picks me, he's one of the only people that can pick me up when he hugs me, and I'm okay with it. He's bigger than me.
He's very large,
but he's not gonna drop me or anything. He's not gonna Josh Morris's ACL and blame me for it.
Yeah, when you pick him up, he doesn't smell like Jaeger, and you're afraid you're going to fall over.
Yes, exactly. So they're both chefs. Chris is now the chef at Gumbo's. For the last few weeks, kind of helped Caitlin out a lot, and so they, did it up. We had great little meat and cheese plate. Did some A5 Wagyu tartare. Oh my, dude! Literally. I didn't come all the way, but it leaked a little.
A raging semi-cum.
Dude, that tartare nut is the best. And so the tartare, a little garlic on there, and we found out with the A5 Wagyu tartare, the best vehicle is a Ritz cracker.
Okay.
The butteriness of the Ritz, and we talked about this because this is something Kelly should be interested in. The best cracker, is it the Ritz?
For a lot of things.
It's the most utilitarian cracker for sure.
I agree.
Depending on the dip consistency, because a Ritz cracker will break pretty easy. But now, if you're doing on canapé style, put it on top. But that's like taking
cheese whiz and Wagyu.
Yeah, that's like taking a chicken biscuit and scooping caviar with it. You know what I mean? Like,
well, you got to use put the knife on there. But
then there's the captain's wafer, which is always
that was my number 2. Kelly, I love you. Yeah. Now here's the thing. My number 3 is the saltine.
Oh, okay. I like the club over.
I like Captain's and Club are the same thing.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
But the saltine, just because you don't feel good, reminds me of my mom. Like, oh my belly's a little hurting. Maybe I was too gassy or something. Did some James River oysters with a kind of a linguine Rockefeller kind of his take on that. Fantastic. Rob got a little overzealous and put some of the tartare on the oyster.
Good God.
Yeah. I was like, I took one bite. I was like, this is too rich. This is all. But then, so he did a deconstructed beef Wellington. For those of you who are familiar with beef Wellington, it's a tenderloin cut.
Typically, it's a whole tenderloin.
And it's a whole tenderloin wrapped in phyllo dough with a duxelle and pancetta and like a mustard.
Mustard.
Yeah. And so he knew that because of the A5 so like so well marbled, it'll kind of melt into the crust. So we did it deconstructed, so it was beautiful. So
Yeah, you don't want a soggy bottom on you.
You do not want a soggy
On your
bottom.
beef
Nothing
welly.
worse than a friendship soggy bottom.
All right.
And so fantastic though. Laid it out. Everything. It was.
See, because
so
I'm not a fan of tenderloin, unless it was A5 Wagyu. Because there's
A3, get out of here.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just saying because any Wagyu, just because there would be. I've never had it.
You never had Wagyu before?
No,
And we'll fix that.
and
I actually have some right here.
but pocket jerky, but a tender,
Pocket Wagyu.
but a tenderloin, a platonic tenderloin. It's just it's purely flavorless.
It's good for if you want to put like a blue cheese crust on top or an poivre sauce. Something if you're gonna knock it up a little bit with a sauce, it works.
Yeah.
But I can eat a ribeye. Just
I'll eat a
hanging out
ribeye,
by bone-in
raw dog.
strip.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm with you. The flavor's not there enough. But eating what was probably, if it would be sold at a restaurant, would be an $80 dish on a paper plate with Thanksgiving colors was ball.
Oh yeah, it had like fall leaves on it.
Yeah,
right?
fall leaves. I
Yeah.
showed you pictures. Like it's not good for a picture, but goddamn, hey, $80 Wagyu paper plate dinner.
So we cut like triangles of the puff
He made
pastry.
like little hot pockets on most of them.
Oh.
So it was perfect. Cut them in triangles, laid it out on top, hit it with the sauce. I bought a bottle of as I do. Before I leave the house, I usually wait to get stoned right until I walk out the door because otherwise I'm going to change up something or forget something. So I got the bowl packed. I'm ready to go. Yeah. And I hit the bowl and I look at the wine and go, maybe not. So I changed out. I had 3 bottles. I had a bottle of sparkling in the freezer, a little 2020 Cremant rosé, my kind of rosé with mostly white wine in it. And then I'm looking at the reds. And I go, bless you, Paxton's allergic to wine. And so I'm like, I'm going to change this out. And I get it out there. And I'm like, all right, hit the bowl twice and go, wait a minute. And go back to the wine cellar and bring the bottle out. But
it's like going for a night out and you change shirts 3 times.
Yep.
Like, nah, this one ain't gonna last very. Oh, what if I spill something on this?
yeah, I put on black last night because I got some wine or some A5 on this shirt. I could have dropped A5 on the floor on top of a dog turd and I'd have been like. And so I bought an 09 Rioja. When Rioja is a big Spanish wine, a lot of their, they like a lot of beef in Spain. So that was a good time. And dude, I opened that bottle up and was like stirring, aerating the wine. I was like, God, Jesus. I was like, give this thing an hour and a half. I should open this morning. But it was perfect. The Priorat went really good with the Priorat's kind of like the Chateau de Pop of Spain.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that.
Yeah, that's
But
what I thought.
just a great meal. Shout out to those guys. My bike's still there. I'll get it back, I promise.
I was gonna say I took
We
a
had a good
bike to work about 4 months ago.
Do you go out there and say to it?
well,
You go pee by it?
well, now it's my skateboard, but luckily I took my skateboard home.
Yeah, and Mike only got wasted at the last hour when the kids post-maloned him and drew. He painted his fingers, not his fingernails, but his fingers. Because the adults the night before didn't have their kids. And so Chris and Gordon got hammered and challenged their wives to a toenail painting contest.
On each other, or
Like the guys for the guys and the girls for the girls. And guys dominated. They're like, how did y'all win? Like, they're chefs. They're very, focused. But great time had by all. I ate way too much food, drank way too much moonshine. Not a good idea. But you know who didn't drink too much moonshine, or maybe needed extra moonshine this week, would have been. That's right, not us. The Tennessee Volunteers got waxed yet again.
Yes.
Yet again. I don't need to lament. Y'all know what's going on. Georgia's just whooping that ass everywhere. Best team in the country. Blah, 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 blah.
Peaking at the right time.
Peaking at the right time. Yep, just like me with that A5 Wagyu boner I had last night.
and we went to number 1 finally.
Yeah,
it's
week before last.
It's like, come on, man, come on, bro.
Yeah. We hadn't lost in 29 games. I mean, it's going pretty good here.
Our best tight end was out for a couple of weeks.
They spit in his fucking face on Saturday. A guy tackled Brock Bowers and spit. That's when the fight broke out. He spit in his face. The game's almost over. You've lost. What? Don't spit on somebody.
Yeah.
God, unless they want it.
There's a difference.
I don't think Brock's into that. So, but I got a great. What's going to be this?
It's the quote of the week.
And it's more of a question than a quote, but it's got kind of, it's got some feelings to it. And I maybe have lost part of my life here. But it's longer than most quotes. It's like as long as your quote was from the Unabomber. It was like 9 hours long. But it's, do you know why Tennessee wears orange?
Orange?
I did it.
Why does Tennessee wear orange?
So they can go hunting on Friday? play football on Saturday, and pick up trash on Sunday. Shout out to Katie Motherball's boyfriend Jared for that. That was a great drop. And I was like, "Hey, what's your?" I couldn't remember. I was positive his name was Jared, but I asked 5 people, and they were like, "Ah." And then I found out it was. I was like, "Yes, I remembered one person's name tonight." And that's about it.
I remember 2 people's name who are new listeners now from the other night. They had visited from Jack's Beach. Brandon and Feather.
Both guys?
No.
No, really?
They were a couple. And Feather's son's best friend's name is Paxton.
Oh, I was going to say pillow. Downs Paxton? I know that guy. Actually, today when I went walking my dog by the YMCA park, there was a kid playing on the playground, and I have sunglasses when I walk out the house, but I put them up to get some sun in my eyes, so I can't really see. Which is not a good look when you walk by a playground and put your sunglasses down to stare at a kid. But he was hot though. Anyways, but he's got a Braves jersey on, and the back said Paxton, and there was just a split second where I was like, "Hey, it's my." No, it's weird. Hey, kid, come here. Let me see that jersey.
Hold on, let me put my sunglasses on and get a good look at you.
Let me smell you. But do you have a quote of the week?
No, I don't.
Because I've got your back.
Okay,
I've got your back.
You got another one.
Oh, I've got one. It's coming at you, baby. All right. I'd like the drop again, please.
Okay.
It's the quote of the week.
Part 2.
Man, he was fast like cum running down a gold tooth. Jason Williams, a.k.a. White Chocolate, the basketball player, said that on a podcast the other day. He was like, man, he's faster than cum running down a gold tooth. And, like, dropped the studio died. He's from West Virginia.
Yeah,
It's just such a West Virginia thing to say, come running down a gold tooth. Now, I got to assume.
I'm really bubbling on this. I'm trying to figure out. Yeah. Tell what's your take?
Well, here's the thing. The enamel in your regular tooth has like cracks and holes in it, so it'll slow down the cum dribble. But when it's gold or silver, it's gonna run better. And no one wants a silver front tooth. Everyone's going gold these days, baby.
I'm glad you thought that deeply into it. Yeah. If I know anything about the human tooth, it's a bit callous.
Yes.
Just like the language you've been using here lately with your quote of the week. Talking about cum dripping on a damn gold tooth. Jason
Here's
Williams.
the thing. That means someone sucked his dick with a gold tooth one
That's
time.
what I'm saying. What woman's got gold tooth?
And who takes the money shot with their mouth open? Like the teeth out? I don't want it in my throat. It's one of my teeth.
I've seen like rapper women that'll have their canine ones with it.
The canine's not bad to me on dudes.
What's that?
The canine is not bad.
Yeah,
look.
yeah.
You know, on girls, I think it's gross. But guys, whatever. I'm not going to fuck you anyways. But like.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, no. I used to hang out with a dude back in the day named Bobby, R.I.P. Bobby. He went to Calvary, poor guy, the private school in Savannah here that cost a little bit of money. His great family lived on 50th and like Ardsley Park. Nice neighborhood, nice house, but was hood, like white tees all the time. Brand
Well, that's
new.
the thing about if you're not familiar with Savannah, Ardsley Park, like it is juxtaposed. It's hood, nice, nice.
Yeah, and the right across from the nicest part, hood.
Is the
It's
hood
gotten better, but it's not, they still sell hot dogs and gas station there.
Yeah.
And every place is different. I love that. I love Ardsley Park.
Yeah.
Every house is different.
But he would like when we used to hang out. He was his dad was an air conditioning company owned guy. What's that called? An owner.
An owner.
Thanks. He lived in a house with these 2 girls, and he would use a white tee to wear for like a day or so, and then he would use it as the filter for the vent instead of going to buy filters. He's like, this works the same. I'm like, this is gross, but I guess it did. But why'd you have to wear it first? But he bought gold fronts, just the bottom 4 teeth. Gold. Not a good look. Not a good look.
I don't know if that's parenting because some kids.
It sounds like a parenting to me.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Some kids, well-to-do kids, buck against the well-to-do part so hard, and especially if he's right there next to hood. All it takes is like finding one cool like black dude.
I think it's because his dad did not like any kind of black people, and he was like, "Oh yeah,
Oh
Dad,
yeah, that'll do it
watch me
too.
learn all the rap songs and smoke crack."
Yeah.
He went all the way in.
That'll do it. Yeah.
We'll do it.
Speaking of rap songs, well, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to flout into this one?
Yeah, we'll flout right into it. Long-awaited Andre 3000 album. It's been 15 years.
15. Longer than that.
Longer than that?
Yeah. The Speaker Box Love Below had to be 2002,
Oh wow, yeah.
so it's been 20 years. And
So
We're
the long-awaited Andre 3000 album with no rapping.
well, there was some.
Did you
rap.
know this?
I did. actually.
So I got text about people that were like, "Oh my God, he's doing an album." I'm like, "It's not. It's a flute album." They're like, "Why?" I'm like, "He's been traveling the world playing this giant like. It's not a regular ass flute either.
It's a wooden double flute.
Wooden double flute, and so you could. If someone tried to rob you and you had the flute, you could probably win with the flute.
It was a meme a hot second after.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this week's been great. The Green Ranger from Power Rangers going, nobody under 3,000. So this album is just flute. He's just fluting around.
I mean, and Snoop Dogg did his, Snoop Lion thing.
Yeah, but there was lyrics.
There was lyrics.
Fair enough.
Mon.
Fair enough.
And it wasn't good, but at least he was on brand.
Yeah.
But Andre can't make a rap album because he has a contract dispute with, I think, Atlantic or Arista Records. They signed together after Aquemini.
He owes them rap albums.
2 rap albums. So he can't do that. But Big Boy didn't sign that part of the contract, I guess. So Big Boy got away, or maybe he just did too early on. Like Big Boy's done like 5 solos.
So is this like a Prince fuck you kind of thing?
No, this was a flute you.
No, because this doesn't count towards it.
Yeah. Because it's a flute, there's no rapping
So
in it.
he's still under the contract.
So he did this one thing. But if either one of you heard the titles to these songs, all right, people, buckle the flute up, okay? Track 1. I'm just going to say what I'm saying sounds insane.
Right, and when you're done, say and stop, full
Yes,
stop.
all right.
Okay.
I swear, I really wanted to make a rap album, but this is literally the way the wind blew me this time. Full stop.
Track 1. Track number 2.
Track number 2. The slang word pussy rolls off the tongue with far better ease than the proper word vagina. Do you agree?
Ding.
I do. Agree. but
Song 3.
That night in Hawaii, when I turned into a panther and started making these low register purring tones that I couldn't control, shit was wild.
That's my favorite song.
It probably is.
Track 4.
Bipolar disorder's daughter wears a 3,000 button down embroidered. Now, bipolar disorder is, I think, a rapper, but it's one word. Is bipolar disorder's daughter wears a 3,000 button down embroidered. The 3,000 part registered. You got that.
That was 10 words, and it was still the shortest amongst this list.
We're coming
already.
up to the shortest one, but might be the most wild. 93 till infinity and Beyonce.
All right.
This is my favorite one. Because
Is this the album closer right here?
No,
Okay.
there's 8 tracks, thank God.
Okay.
So he can't rap, at all. Vocally, but maybe. Gandhi, Dalai Lama, your Lord and Savior JC, Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and John Wayne Gacy.
He had to sneak the rhyme into the track.
Now here's the thing. My question is, where do you work in John Gacy,
John
Jeffrey
Wayne
Dahmer, and Ted Bundy into a flout performance? How do you flout that one, bro?
Well, Gacy was gay, so he liked blowing things. Maybe.
And just so you know, I'm using genius.com, and it'll tell you how people clicked on the thing. And as you get lower and lower, the numbers are really dropping off. We're at 8.8 thousand at the top, and the bottom is like 3.2. Like people were like, "Fuck off." All right, number 7. Ants to you, gods to who?
Okay, nice and concise.
Good title.
There you go. I mean, he was being a little lazy there. I mean,
Yeah.
we could have gotten more of a
That's all
paragraph.
he's done here. Then the last one: dreams once buried beneath the dungeon floor, slowly sprout into undying garden. That sounds inspirational. If he was coming back,
That sounds like a flute album song there.
Yes.
But I turned into a panther while on mushrooms in a Hawaiian sun setting at 70 degrees.
Shit was wild.
Shit was wild. Her name was Wheel Day.
There was some in Feather. There's some drugs involved in that for sure. But like, what are you? I mean, I get it.
He's turned into the Key and Peele sketch of Outkast.
Yeah. Well, he's been that way for a while.
No, I know, but
after
I think Key and Peele literally had a flute.
So after Southern Playalistic Cadillac Funky Music, they went on that tour and they made Aquemini around that time, so he was still smoking weed then. In Crumble and Herb, the SPS be in my chest till I'm chilling and sleep. I'm gonna die before I quit smoking weed. And then on that tour, they interviewed after he goes, I don't remember shit. I'm done with weed. He quit smoking weed because he didn't remember anything. He's got so high all the time. People keep bringing him weed. He's got high, so he didn't smoke anymore.
Big boy didn't quit.
And nope. But then Andre got real weird fast. You say it.
So you're wheeled. So you're saying, I'm sorry. You're saying That's
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead.
That-
I'm gonna join Big Boy.
You're saying that these album or these I wish we could make our podcast titles that long if they would fit inside of the query box.
Clint was really high tonight. It was kind of funny. Oh my god, we had some potatoes on the break. We were tired when we got here, but goddamn, it was fun. Shit was wild, yo.
Shit was wild. I started writing in a purple Sharpie.
Upside down with
Down with my panties on. Well,
there's no way to get out of this easily. So thank you for all the ducks help people. You were buying ducks from me for Thanksgiving. I appreciate it. If you're listening now, it's too late. But thank you. A couple people, Josh Miller and Glory, reached out and bought ducks via the Instagram page. So thank you so much. I appreciate the duck help. Thanks ducking is going down, and it's going to be a lot. Do 5 ducks tomorrow, and then at least 13, if not more, on Thursday.
Hashtag I don't give a duck.
I don't give it.
Or I give a duck.
Look,
Here's the thing. I broke it. 5 years ago, I broke my auto text from saying duck instead of fuck.
mine won't break.
Well, mine's back on the goddamn duck escalator because I have to type duck all the goddamn time.
Okay,
I swear sometimes it goes.
Here's a new one. It started happening to me. If I try and write good, it autocorrects to hood. No matter what.
You can't break the duck fuck.
I can't break the duck fuck.
Damn.
But good and hood.
That is hood though. That's somehow that's actually hood.
That's very hood.
But yeah, thank you guys. I have like a bunch of notes here for Travis, so we'll just skip all of those.
Skip all those. Well, you know what? You know what he kind of is for not showing up and not contacting you?
Do it to him.
Oh shit! It's the Karen.
Hold letter.
It's the
I'll go
Karen
first, yeah.
Of the week.
No, I'm not going to make it. Yeah. This week's Karen is Travis Jadon. How dare you tell us you're going to be on the podcast and not even contact Clint back? You know he's on his phone all the time. He'll answer every text. He'll answer every call. Are you serious?
Whoa, every call, calm down. I DM'd him on Twitter.
Travis, sports are stupid. No one cares. Just kidding. We love you.
We love you a lot. So you have a Karen?
I do have an actual Karen. So it's more of a generalized Karen, but I know it's coming up Thursday. I deal with it every year.
Oh yeah, because you get there and it's just.
Here's.
Well, you don't work Thursday this year,
Huh?
You don't.
I probably won't. Yeah.
You're not gonna go do day shifts during Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not.
Oh, you'll love it.
So
You want to hug 84 people?
I mean, I'm gonna go up there and eat and shit. I'm gonna bring some food or whatever. Here, invariably, is what happens on Thanksgiving. You go to Huckapoo's. All comers welcome. Brenda can come if she wants to. You know, Undercover Brian can come if he wants to. Okay.
We should hook them up.
Anyone we don't like, you can come because there's so many people there.
It dilutes your doucheness.
It dilutes the douche. I said that will.
Delights the douche? That's
a delightful douche. Invariably, what happens is,
oxymoron.
So I used to work on Thursday evenings, and I used to enjoy working Thursday evenings because once everyone was full and everything, they would kind of pile out, and then all the like younger people or parents,
drunk cousins,
who
uncle,
who have had all of them, the senile grandfather. Once they were done eating and drinking at their place, they would come out and be a pleasant, we're away from the family now.
It is a good mood day.
Yeah.
It's hard. Either people have been in a good mood all day or they've gotten into some kind of family kerfuffle and they're like, oh, I'm away. But it's a rare upset customer day until, 10.
Here's the Karen. Here's the Karen in the Darren. Number one, the Karen, there's one type that goes, can I order some pizza? We're like, look, the kitchen is going to open at like 6.
While it's happening, is there right behind Karen, surprise attack, 85 trays of food?
Let's see. Right behind Karen, there's 40 fried turkeys because it is literally the most efficient and quick way to cook a turkey.
It is.
So Eric,
especially if they're frozen.
Eric and his don't do that. Somebody's gonna be like,
got somebody. God damn it, Clint.
Eric and his family are out there, just frying and frying and frying. All the employees are working hard for free, basically. People showing up just to help. All the community shows up to help.
Yeah,
and you'll have this fucking Karen be like, hey, could we get pizza? No, the kitchen won't open until we've cleaned up all of this stuff.
Our kids want pizza?
No. It's
because some kids are like, oh, I want pizza.
Yeah. Sorry. I don't know if you can turn around here, but there's 40 salads. There's 8 different types of green beans. There's stuffing. There's macaroni.
We're going to throw away more food than people weigh on this porch. Like, come on.
Then you have the Darren, who whatever he finds is his favorite,
ooh,
he knocks it all the way out before anyone else gets to it. There's like 2 people in particular that that get there early every year.
To just drop the dressing.
Exactly, yeah. And what they do, so what we do is everyone holds hands, and Eric goes around giving people the microphone to say what you're thankful for.
I remember this because it takes sometimes an hour.
Sometimes it takes an hour. But guess what? That's what Eric likes to do. It's his fucking place.
Yep.
He's providing all this fucking food for you people.
Don't yell at me.
Let it happen.
Cold.
So these Darrens, they will break the line really quick. And right when it's about to eat.
They go to hold hands by the line. They find the spot where they're by the plates.
100%.
I was that kid when I was 22 and stoned. Now I'm 41 and not that greedy.
But we also, so typically people bring 2 of the same thing so that one can go to the homeless shelter the next day. And not of everything. You know, I don't bring 2 of what I bring because it's like weird. Like, I make sweet potato.
A5 Wagyu tartar.
Exactly, yeah. Them homeless don't need that. Too rich for him.
I wonder what would happen if you were like, hey, this is
instant
worth
heart
more
attack,
than you.
yeah. But yeah, so it's just the general, and it goes along the same. It's the same person that when we were giving away pizzas during the hurricanes.
Oh, yes.
We were giving pizzas away during the hurricanes
For free.
For
no
free.
matter what, no matter who you were.
No matter who you could walk in.
Because no one on this island had power, and no one on the next 2 islands had power. And people were like,
And guess what we have? An oven that runs off propane and
accessories.
And a cooler that is off that all the ingredients are about to go bad. We're putting everything on every pizza.
Everything must go.
And we're giving them out for
I
free.
mean, shit, North Beach Grill during Irma brought Stephen got their food brought over. He's like, look, let's just cook. And the thing is, you figure out how good you can be with a pizza oven real quick.
Oh, yeah.
Just throw everything in there you can to cook. Fish, whatever. Steak, just get it in there, get it out.
You can make magic
but
happen.
It's free 99.
Guy comes in, he's like, so I can't order the kind of pizza that I want? There's 10 pizzas right here, motherfucker. If you
My
can,
kid doesn't like pepperonis.
I don't
Was
give
the
a
one I
fuck.
got with.
Oh, really?
Oh, I had a full on with the guy. I was like, nah, man, it's free though. He's like, well, I mean, my kid wants this. I'm like, I don't care. He's like, more pizza's gonna come out in the next few minutes.
There's a hurricane happening right now. Tell your little shit rat to pick the goddamn toppings he doesn't want
People
off.
just died now, like a couple days ago, a day ago. Like, chill out.
Eat the fucking pizza or leave, you fucking piece
He goes,
of shit.
Well, fine, we'll just go somewhere else. I'm like,
No, you won't.
where are you going? You catch some fish, motherfucker? Ain't nowhere else to go. Everyone else doesn't have electricity. We have the only propane oven in town, motherfucker.
I'll go somewhere. I'll go back to Wichita. No, you won't, motherfucker. There's no
We can't-
flights.
There's a tree on the bridge. Where are you going?
Yeah.
Because that guy, in particular, came from Wilmington Island to Tybee. So he drove over 2 bridges to get to us and then was like...
Over fallen trees and dead
Because
children.
when Eric, during, I think it was either Irma or Matthew, there was a tree blocking the bridge, the border bridge, the longest bridge to get to Tybee, the first bridge you got to get through. There was a tree blocking it, and Eric went up there with a goddamn chainsaw and cut the tree up, moved the tree.
He was like Ron Swanson. I ain't waiting on the
and the
government.
cops were like, sir, you can't go. He goes, okay. He goes, my house is out there, my business is out there. I'm going out there right now.
Yeah.
And just drove. The cops were like, the letter says he can do this.
Yeah, he brought a piece of paper
Yeah.
that says, I do what I want.
I do what I want, Eric Thomas.
Man,
And he
I got fired up there for a second, man. Then nothing pissed me off more than this.
It's free stuff. You don't complain about free shit.
Also, it's
And it's during a time of turmoil.
It's during a time. It's this should be the oasis for you. Like, oh God, I can eat hot food somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't have to eat fucking ravioli out of a can or some shit. You know?
Yeah.
Ravioli.
Whoa. That
Kelly's
was the
first
creepiest
pipe
thing I've
up
ever
this.
heard in my entire life.
Oh, somebody hit that bowl earlier, didn't they?
Yeah, you did hit that, Robbie.
Man, I got fired up. Things like that just piss me off though.
You know who else got fired up? Was these 3 dumb fucks at the bar the other night. All right, so I go to my buddy Brian's house, shout out to Brian and Jamal to go watch the Bengals game. Bengals playing the Ravens, conference rivalry, whatever. Jamal is not a Ravens fan. He's a Falcons fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. But Brian's our boy. We go there to eat steaks. And I had to eat beef 4 days in a row. That might be a problem.
I'm gassy. I don't know why.
That could be the cow. Anyways, so we watch the game. The Bengals quarterback gets hurt. Done for the year. And then Brian's like, hey, man, come to IDAC with me. I'm like, you mean the bar called Island Daiquiri with no daiquiris? Sure. I'll go.
That used to be a Pizza Hut or something. It's such a weird building.
I used to play freaking Miss Pac-Man in there.
Pizza Inn.
Pizza Inn. That's right. Yeah.
So we're going to
Man,
go nice and we're going to go
Pizza
bad.
Inn.
Because I had a little kerfuffle I talked about on Travis Judon's podcast. Travis, remember that? Cool. When he was here last time about a fantasy football fight I got into with a guy on the app about a dumb trade. Him and his best friend did a shitty trade, whatever. So I'm sitting in this bar. I get Coke sitting over there. It's rainy. I don't want to be there. I've also worked out, no shower, but it's IDAC, so, everyone kind of smells.
I don't give a shit about how I smell.
Yeah, I'll give it a deck about that. And so it's there's like 10 people in there. I know most of them drunk buckethead. Yeah, it's a crew in there. We're hanging out, and it's me, Brian, this guy, and shout out Donnie Bell on the end. And I start talking, and this guy goes, "Is that fucking Clint King's voice I hear?" And I forget for a minute that I do talk sometimes on public forum.
Yeah.
And Brian, I was like, "How'd you know my voice?" Brian goes, "That's that guy Barry got in a fight with." I was like, "My voice?" He goes, "Do you do a podcast?" I was like, "Oh yeah, I do a podcast." Sorry. And Bear's like, "Oh, I guess we got to fight tonight." I'm like, "All right." And then Jamal goes, 500.
Because y'all threatened each other.
I threatened to hit him with a bag of nickels.
Okay.
I said, if you win because of this cheat move, I'm going to hit you. I'm going to pay you in nickels to the face. And we discussed the weight
Hey,
of
you with nickels to the face.
Yeah, bags nickels.
That's great.
It's the heaviest change, the most dense one. And so,
It's like a nickel dripping off of a gold tooth, brother. Did he have gold teeth?
I hope so.
Okay.
So immediately Jamal's like $500 on Clint. Brian's like 200 on Clint, and his best friend goes 100 on Clint. I'm like, he goes, let's arm wrestle left-handed. I go, fuck yes, let's go. He's like, all right. I was like, I'm left-handed. He goes, God damn it, I am not left-handed.
Thumb wrestle.
But shout out to Bear. We became friends. Just through a happenstance in the bar. So these three younger guys come in, they're like their early 20s, and my friend Dennis is there with his wife, who's attractive woman. She's been at the gym or something. She's wearing like spandex. So this young boy is trying to mac on her and puts his hand on her hip. And she goes, "Hey man, get the hell off of me. You can try to hit me, but don't do this." And our friend Jamal, a black fellow, goes, "Hey, nah man, hands off." He's like, "Shut up." Drops the N-bomb. I don't hear this part. I'm talking to Barry and Brian, and I hear Jamal go, "Did you just call me?" And I stood up, I tied my shoes, put the phone and my glasses on the bar, and was like, all right. Jamal sends one guy careening past me. He's about 5'9", 140 pounds. I'm like, hey man, chill.
Jamal or the
chill.
kid?
The kid. Jamal's about 6'3", 240. Jamal's an athletic guy.
Yeah.
And then we've been friends forever. And so I'm like, look, buddy, just chill back here. He's like, I want my phone. I'm like, get your phone. We'll go outside and talk. He's like, no, screw you. Again, 5'8", 5'9", swings at me from his ankle to above my head. I don't know how he accidentally missed my head or any part of my body, but he went above me. And I was like, all right, I'll do that again.
You really got to try to fuck up that bad.
Yeah. So then Bear grabs an arm. Brian grabs him by the back, because his chest. I grab his other arm, like, hey, man, you do not want this. There is 9 people in here, and the owner, and you 3 guys. It's not going to go well, and none of you are bigger than the smallest guy with us.
Well, and it's going to be 10 versus 3.
Yeah, it's not going to go very well.
If it really has
also,
to go
your
down.
friend definitely, crossed the line.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah. Well, he didn't stop crossing the guy. He was back on the inward escalator multiple times after that because it was already started. And
Hard R?
Hard. It was actually 5 lowercases and then the capital R at the end.
Wow, yeah.
He was hitting it hard. He was his dad's the uncle at Thanksgiving.
His what?
His dad was the uncle at Thanksgiving. The rest of the uncle.
Oh, yeah.
And so he swings again, misses again. An idiot. So we get him outside. Guys, chill out. He goes out there, takes off his shirt and his shoes. It's raining. I mentioned earlier. He's like, let's go, I'll kick all you fools. And we're like, no.
What? Did he have shoes on or did he have flip-flops on?
I just said he was barefoot.
No, but you said he took his shoes off.
I didn't look at his feet before that.
Okay, well, that's what I'm saying. So if you have flip-flops on, maybe best to take them off.
Did he say fools like Mr. T?
Yes. Yes. Okay. So it's 3 guys. One guy who's been there at the bar before. He gets shamed by the bar owner, and Jamal makes it there all the time, about, you brought these fools up here. He gets in his car and leaves his 2 friends that he brought there out.
Hey.
About this time, Evolvo pulls up. I'm like, oh, shit, Paxton's here.
I heard it from Tybee.
Yeah, because he would come running. So I start to think, I go, wait a minute. Whoever this is to pick up one of these guys had to be called before the fight. Because there's no way she got there like that.
Because they weren't calling anyone during the fight.
No, there was no phone call. The guy couldn't get his phone,
Yeah.
So guy, the N-word guy gets in the car with the girl.
Jamal's?
No. Yeah, it's crazy. He fucked this guy's girlfriend after that. That's called reparations right there.
Motherfucker. Got him.
I don't know. So the guy was hitting on my friend's wife.
Yeah.
Gets in the car with a girl, which unbeknownst to us, the shoeless, shirtless guy gets in his truck, peels out, and the back end of his truck hits the partition on the side of the driveway and bounces truck back. I'm like, perfect.
Presto manifesto.
Everything's going great. You've been left. You're hitting your truck. This guy's in the car with, I think, his girlfriend, pulls up right in front of us and starts yelling about, you're going to catch these hands next time I see you, and slaps the girl that picked him up in the face. He's yelling at us.
Because he was flailing his arms. He wasn't.
He's passenger seat. She's driving. He's across her doing this. It says, you're going to catch these hands to my friend.
You think it was his sister or his
And
mom
then
or something?
slapped her. She was younger, and she was in pajamas. She was not there for the fight. I mean, she had a sword, but I mean, it was. I was like, all three of you just had it fall apart here. It wasn't going to go well in the first place. We told you not to.
You had a sword? Is that what you said?
I was kidding.
All right, what would his name be? Do you think? Like, I'm thinking
Darren.
he's a Devin.
Devin?
Yeah.
Is the son of Darren?
Yes.
Devin, son of Darren.
Devin, son of Darren.
No, that's Darren the third, bro.
He goes to
He slapped her in the face, and like the look she gave him, they were together emotionally, at least in her mind.
Okay.
But he's been in the bar hitting another girl and dropping racist terms in the bar, and then getting manhandled. Yeah, just leave. When she's in a Volvo, she's a nice girl.
It might be Stockholm syndrome, man. She's like, oh, Devin
He
did it
did
again.
slap her, and she didn't cry that much because of the sword.
But was she not backing out right away to let him have his little thing?
She was stopping the speed bump like by the edge of the bar and was driving forward. So she was
She was trying to get him out
get
of
out,
there.
but he made her stop, and she did stop. So maybe it's a Stockholm.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Stockholm syndrome. she did stop. He smacked her, and like all of us start dying laughing.
Oh, God.
It's just, and I'm just like, oh man, dude, come on, man, you just let it go.
You're gonna catch these hands if I ever see you again on a rainy night.
Yeah, it's
At
2
the
in the morning.
IDAC.
You don't remember that was Donnie had just left. I'm closed out, about to leave when this starts happening. I went outside to smoke, walked in, saw the kids come in, and I was like, this doesn't look good. All the entire time though, I'm gonna give this guy some credit. So right before they walk up, this young Mexican guy, about 25, walks up. Open, right? Yeah, he's like, bar open, drinks, and we're like, yeah. The owner's next to me. He's like, drinks, yes, whatever. He's like, all right, I can get 2 Coronas. All right, goes to the little crack machine, the gambling machine, and plays during the entire situation. I kind of looked there twice. He was just chilling. It wasn't even happening. We're out there at the door yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
He's over there like.
That's like riding a New York subway. I
Yeah.
mean, you could start shooting and stabbing people, and that guy's not going to stop reading his paper.
No. Just keep
Not
going.
my problem. Not my business, not my problem.
Not my chair, not my problem.
But maybe he had like $40 in, and he was up 80. He's like, I don't give a fuck what y'all are doing.
Because he like, right, somebody would go there and be like, haha, got it. But it worked out pretty good. I was going to bring that up on Travis's podcast, The Bear Redemption, because shout out to Bear for listening. I appreciate it. We got along enough.
Hey, whoever fights together doesn't fight each other anymore, you know?
Not this week. No, on Thanksgiving. We'll see.
Well, we hope you guys are having or have had
A
great Thanksgiving.
Great Thanksgiving.
And if this coming holiday season, if I hear people getting butthurt about not saying Christmas or
Holidays, happy
guess
holidays.
fucking what, man? If I say happy holidays, that means I don't give a shit what you are. I'm telling you to celebrate what you fucking want to, friend.
Enjoy the time off
And
while we're at work.
enjoy the holiday.
Yeah.
I don't know what you fucking celebrate. I don't give a shit.
I don't assume your celebration,
Put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
or I'll smack you.
I mean, think about this positive talk I'm giving you right now, you motherfucker. Have fun.
Don't
Have
ruin it
fun,
for-
whatever your
don't ruin it
goddamn
for the rest
religion
of
So
us.
motivational. I'm going to go have fun right now.
All right, guys. Well,
Thank you guys. Happy
we love
Thanksgiving.
you. If you would like to support us, it's patreon.com/from behind the barcast. If you want to send us fun shit, it's P.O. Box 191, Tybee Island, Georgia 31328. We are on Instagram, and it's free and easy to subscribe to our YouTube channel where you can watch full episodes. YouTube.com from behind the barcast. Thank you for your continued support.
We really appreciate it. And maybe
we'll-
Travis
maybe
on
we'll-
Monday?
Hopefully he's alive.
I know. Well,
He just walked in.
Travis!
Oh, wrong Travis.
Travis just got fired. Love you guys.